Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are diving into something absolutely massive, a technological shift that is completely poised to disrupt the tech ecosystem of South Asia. We're breaking down Pakistan's billion-dollar AI blueprint. Now make no mistake, this isn't just some subtle pivot. It is an aggressive, state-backed maneuver to leapfrog legacy infrastructure and carve out a dominant position in the global AI supply chain. So if you're tracking global tech investments and these huge nation-state level upskilling initiatives, you are in exactly the right place.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the billion-dollar AI blueprint, then we'll decode the new policies, look at the plan for training 1 million students, and finally, we'll talk about positioning yourself for the future. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The billion-dollar AI blueprint and the macro vision.
$1 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. When a government commits this level of capital specifically to artificial intelligence, it's executing a major structural pivot aimed straight at the global economy. This isn't just your standard speculative venture funding, it's an aggressive foundational move. The goal here is to literally leapfrog traditional tech infrastructure. What we're looking at is a highly deliberate strategy to transition an economy that's traditionally been reliant on basic IT outsourcing into an absolute powerhouse of advanced computing and high-value tech generation.
So what does that actually look like on the ground? Well, the objective here is funding an AI revolution from the ground up. The source data points to a really comprehensive strategic commitment to build localized AI capabilities. We're talking about funding the creation of regional large language models, pushing agritech forward to secure food supplies, and deploying AI and fintech to finally bank the unbanked populations. It's about laying down the tracks for entirely new economic ecosystems and really ensuring the technological sovereignty of the region. It's a game changer.
All right, Section 2. Decoding the new policies and building the foundation.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how they're actually putting this into practice, because to deploy $1 billion effectively, a government has to build some highly organized policy pillars. First up, establishing strategic AI initiatives. This means specifically identifying high-yield sectors, things like national cybersecurity and digital health records, where AI can drive immediate macroeconomic impact. Second, driving government tech frameworks. This involves doing the heavy lifting of updating data privacy laws and upgrading cloud infrastructure to actually support all this intensive computing. And third, structuring human capital development by actively mandating AI curricula across state universities and technical institutes.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, training 1 million students and the human element.
Because, $1 billion sounds great, but where does the human element fit into all of these policies? Well, here's your answer. 1 million students. The strategy here directly mirrors that massive financial weight with an equally aggressive human capital deployment. A true technological revolution doesn't just happen on a bunch of remote servers somewhere. It happens in targeted training centers, newly funded innovation hubs, and national bootcamp initiatives. This 1 million target really shows a modern understanding of the industry. Securing specialized silicon, that's only half the battle. Mobilizing a workforce that's actually capable of engineering the software, that is the true bottleneck.
Let's break down exactly what this means. The 1 million AI training goal is this massive, government-driven initiative designed to bridge the global AI skills shortage by rapidly upskilling 1 million students in Pakistan. And the absolutely crucial point to take away here is that it directly addresses a recognized global crisis: the worldwide deficit of capable machine learning engineers and data scientists. It tackles this by presenting a high-volume, localized solution. By pushing this massive demographic through specialized tech tracks, the policy is aiming to aggressively insert a newly trained workforce right into the international talent pipeline within just the next few years.
Section 4. Positioning for the future and actionable steps for students.
Let's move to how this builds a concrete roadmap for you. Based on the data, here is exactly what you need to do to avoid being left behind. Step 1. Analyze the new government AI policies. You need to deeply understand these legislative frameworks and know exactly where the state is injecting capital. That's your absolute baseline. Step 2. Target the 1 million person training initiative. With specialized educational tracks and government grants being rapidly deployed right now to meet this huge quota, you need to actively align your education to get into this subsidized cohort. And Step 3. Capitalize on that $1 billion market future. By acquiring the exact skills this funded infrastructure is demanding, you position yourself as the premium talent that companies are going to desperately need to hire.
So, we've looked at the macro financial vision, and we've tunneled down into the specific human element required to actually make it a reality. A $1 billion blueprint relies entirely on the 1 million minds trained to execute it. So, as we wrap up our analysis of this incredible technological and educational shift, I want to leave you with this final thought to consider. Are you ready to claim your spot in the 1 million person AI revolution? It is an absolutely fascinating time to be learning, and understanding these nation-scale shifts is your very first step. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. Stay focused and keep learning.